going on there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. I'm back at it again for a brand new TV show review for the show The Vampire Diaries. This is I think it's the 4th episode. The name of the episode is I Carry Your Heart With Me. What did I think about this episode? There were certain things I liked about it. One of the things that I said in my last review is about Bonnie's inherent need to try to help save and protect everybody. That was kind of making her blindly go, and do stuff. Well, now she has full realization of what Rick is supposed to be doing. That he wants to not only resurrect like Joe, but he's willing to sacrifice her to do it, even though she told him not to. Like I thought it was so funny that interaction between Bonnie, Rick, and Alaric, where Bonnie straight up, she just looked at Damon, and she was just like, "You knew about this?" I was like, "This is so cute," but it was freaking hilarious because I saw her like literally get upset, get mad, and even at the end of the last episode when like they realized what they had to do, she was like, "Never lie to me again," and she kept that same exact edge throughout most of this episode. Like she did not treat what Rick did as something that like she kind of just looked over. She realized he doesn't give a care. Only thing he cares about is trying to resurrect Joe. And I like that part about this episode. It added more weight to it, more volume, and at the same exact time, like I think she's a little upset because one of the things that she had said to Damon was like, "Go get your girl, and I got this," so to speak. And I was like, she said it in a way it was like, like I know you're willing to put your own needs aside for Elena and for Alaric, but you don't really care about me. That's what it kind of felt like. And I like those subtle nudges about the surface level stuff on the relationship and then the internal stuff, because it didn't sit easy with him, even though he went and left to go to try to find what to do about the whole Oscar situation. But either way, I was like, this is gonna be interesting. So Oscar, I thought this episode was gonna be really cheesy because looking at the previews, I was like, really, they're gonna have like a zombie-fied, like, vampire. But it was more than that. Like, they didn't do that until the last section of it because the Heretics, the girls, I forgot what their names were. One's name's Nora, and I forgot the other one's name. Oh, Mary Louise and Nora, they decide, well, no, they are told by Stefan and Damon's mom to literally try to make sure nothing's going on behind the scenes with the whole Oscar standoff, because Damon still hasn't been able to do that because Oscar got his heart ripped out. And it's a lot of things that are going on in the pacing. Like I think that Enzo is trying to figure out like what and why Valerie ripped out Oscar's heart, because he found out really early, and it's interesting how he finds out. But what's even more crazy is the fact that like he did not know about Julian, and we already know that Enzo has a real love, for Lily, but she never told him about Julian, and that brings him to a place of like, not just going behind her back, but like trying to prevent this person from being here, because he has this real small dialogue with her about Julian, and he realized like how misguided she really is compared to what everybody has been kind of expressing about Julian. Like nobody talks about him, and at the same time, there's one person that defines the fact that this man is pure evil incarnate. So it's curious to see when and how Julian's gonna come back. But it's really obvious he probably was dead, because the reason why she was looking for the bloodstone to start with was because of trying to resurrect Julian. So that whole dialogue is gonna go up at some point between Enzo and the old love of Stefan's life, Valerie. Which interesting looking at that preview, because I think that Stefan's gonna find out that Valerie was carrying his kid, which is even crazier. Like I don't know how that's gonna really affect him and Caroline's relationship. But either way, let's see. With Damon and his mother, she had said something to him. She said basically that if you continue to do the path that you're on, regardless of your need to try to protect, like you're gonna eventually hurt the woman that you're waiting out for. And basically, he put in his head that he was doing the same kind of thing he did with Catherine. When he was talking about the wine bottle, the reason why he had been drinking bourbon all this time of year, because he didn't want to, taste and be able to kind of move on. He wanted to stand still. But he realized with her it's totally different. He knew that love. He expressed that love. It wasn't like forced. It wasn't like taken. It was real, and he knew that place in his heart was always going to be there. I love the fact that Damon is actually writing. Like, I mean, one of the things about this season is got like Carolina's been writing, Damon's been writing. Like it expressed the whole reason why Vampire Diaries is called Vampire Diaries, because that's how it started with Elena and Stefan writing, as well as other people had been journaling, and those journals laid into different facts of where the characters were gonna go and where their past was. So I like that. I like that about this episode, especially the end dialogue, because a lot of things really do happen, and it's crazy. But was this a really good episode? I don't know if I can say it was. I liked the surface level stuff, but it didn't feel like there were any real stakes in jeopardy, because I mean the preview already ruined that. Okay, Oscar's gonna come back to life, and it felt like really cheesy the way the preview presented itself, even though there was some really strong things that were happening, because Oscar killed up some people. I mean, that was just a gore fest. I was like, gosh, doubt. But I mean, like I said, it all worked out towards the end, but I can't give this one a high rating just because it wasn't, to me, like one of the better episodes that I've seen, nor did I like see anything that was gonna be too promising, other than the fact that it looks like Joe is going to be alive again. And the beginning of this episode, it showed that probably the best part of it, because the stakes are real in these flashbacks. Like, they literally took from the hip from Arrow, because seeing the future and seeing the stakes that are there, like with Alaric with his kids, with his twins, and I knew that Joe was going to have twins. At any rate, Damon going to the house and threatening him, I'm like, what happened to this man's soul? And I mean, it goes back to kind of foreshadowing what Lily said, like it's gonna be interesting to see who you're going to be without Elena. And now he's just getting to the point where he's doing that. I worry that something's gonna happen to Bonnie. I really do worry that, I mean, I'm gonna be pissed if they kill Bonnie. I really am. But we'll see. But the best parts of it, like I said, have been these flashbacks and seeing where these gonna go. But I give this one, I give it I guess an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7.5. 7.5 or 8 out of 10, one or the other. It wasn't a disappointing thing. It wasn't like too cheesy like I thought the preview showed it was going to be. And it leads up to some interesting revelations that are going to happen, as well as what are the effects of this stone on an actual living person, especially a living witch. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned next week. I'm going to be actually doing a review for that as well. And there's more reviews to come. This is SEL0320 representing JVS. Leave a like below if you actually enjoyed this review. Y'all keep locked, and talk to y'all soon. Peace.